Okay, a crazy idea I have here. I know there was a storyline called, I think, A New Life or Brand New Life or something, that Matt Murdock had moved on, I guess, and met this woman, not Electra, and I guess they've getting ready to start a family. She was pregnant. He was about to get married, or he was married, and Bullseye had went and killed his woman and his unborn child. So now it becomes a full-blown violent revenge story now. You know, with no whole bar fight between him and Bullseye. That's one thing I noticed about the Daredevil director's cut. They really didn't have, like, Daredevil and Bullseye really didn't have a knockout brawl. It was more like, Bullseye was running and throwing stuff at the Daredevil. Daredevil threw stuff back. Then he throws him out the window and goes Bullseye. Cool scene. But I don't know. I wanted to see, like, more physical stuff like that. But I would like to see that in another film. My idea is this. Check it out. If Ben Affleck is not going to come back as Matt Murdock as Daredevil, you want to get somebody, I know Mike mentioned somebody who's a martial artist who can act. Here's my suggestion. And the guy's going to be bugged out when I say this, but get ready. Dolph Lundgren. What? I'll say it again. Dolph Lundgren. But wait a minute, he played the Punisher. Hey, people of these days, at least majority of the mainstream people, the highbrow people, they paint Thomas Jane as the Punisher. Fine. Even though Dolph as the Punisher was badass as well. Hey, I love Dolph and Thomas Jane's Punisher. They're both good Punishers. They have different touches to them. What separates them, makes them on their own. Makes each actor makes it their own. But Dolph could act. Oh, but wait a minute. But you need somebody who has a New York accent. There's a movie called Storm Chaser. It's a small clip, if you can find it anywhere. Or ask Matt about it. I know when Matt reviewed Storm Chaser, I think he put a clip up on the scene I'm talking about. Dolph manipulates this guy at the hangar who's a New Yorker, and Dolph does a very good New York accent. Remember, Dolph can act his ass off, folks. Dolph Lundgren, martial artist, actor, as Matt Murdock? Could work, who knows? That's one suggestion. At least I know he has the acting chops and he's physical. He can do martial arts. And he was kind of blind in that movie Blackjack, which I didn't care for. Because he's scared of the color white. It's like a... And the bad guy that's crying, like a... And stuff. I know this movie would kick more ass. You get Dolph Lundgren as Matt Murdock. The martial arts. See him in the fucking suit. Maybe go with a violent tone and stuff. Be kind of like doing Punisher again, but this time with a suit. I'm blind and Dolph Lundgren using a lot of the martial arts, which I want to see Dolph use in some of his movies. Like use more physical. I mean, he could bring the super punch in there and everything. Why not? Tell me what you guys think about that. Or if you don't want to go with Dolph Lundgren, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to go with Dolph Lundgren, another guy who's a martial artist, but I don't know if he has the acting chops. But again, you guys tell me. Gary Daniels. Who's that, Effie? The guy that was fighting Jet Li and Jason Statham and the Expendables. The man has a fan base. You can look up his movies. He is good with the martial arts. He's a blonde. He looks like he could be Matt Murdock. But one problem. He has an accent. He doesn't have an American accent. He has like a British, Australian. I don't know if it's New Zealand. He talk like this, mate. He has an accent. I don't know where he's from exactly. I don't know how you would do that, though. Can he do an American accent? I'm not sure. I've never seen him do an American accent in any of his movies. But he's got the physicality to be Matt Murdock. Problem is, not sure about the acting, though. Once again, tell me what you think about that. Now, for Bullseye. Though I love Colin Farrell's Bullseye. He was great. But if you want to go for a hardcore Bullseye who's balls to the wall, violent, a killer, sadistic, a hell of a fighter, a brawler, somebody who can give Matt Murdock a decent fight, not so much with weapons or whatever, but decent fist fight, or decent brawl, Jason Statham. And we'll talk a long time ago, and they were talking about the reboot, how Frank Miller was hanging out a lot with Jason Statham, because he was curious about the whole Daredevil thing. So obviously, Jason Statham as Bullseye, perfect choice in my humble opinion. Hell, Jason Statham versus Dolph Lundgren. There you go. That'll be a good match. Why not? Jason Statham with, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, you wanker. And Dolph Lundgren, you kiss his fucking ass. Yo, throwing the super punch. Hey, you have a good fucking movie there. Who would I like to see direct? I don't know. Maybe Dolph? Why not? But once again, you gotta get Daredevil away from 20th Century Fuckface in order for you guys to get a worthy Daredevil film. I know people are wondering why I'm talking about Daredevil with Electra rants, because that to me is more better and more interesting of my time to talk about than this fucking movie. It's boring. I don't like anybody in the movie. It's slow as a crow. It's slow as a fucking snail. The action sequence with the CGI is bullshit. Daredevil didn't. I mean, not Daredevil. Electra kicked nobody's ass. The way these people get killed and the supernatural freaks or whatever is bullshit. Is a forgettable soundtrack. The movie's a piece of shit. 2 thumbs down for Electra. Would I want to see this character in another rendition? No. Because once again, she gets killed by Bullseye. Where do you get the movie from? I don't understand. Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, that could have been the movie we got. But no, we got a reimagining with Halle Berry, where the bullshit CGI Catwoman fights and lame, stupid storyline with Sharon Stone playing an over-the-top villainess and shit. That's another movie I hate as well. Catwoman. You know, we could have got Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman is one of the best parts, I think, of Batman Returns. And you know what? Maybe I will give Batman Returns another watch someday. I think I was a little harsh on it. But I know Mike showed me a little sneak peek at a little thing he cooked up for Batman Returns. So you guys will see that soon. If he decides to upload it or whatever. If it don't get fucked with for whatever. So maybe want to to look it up again. Thanks to that tribute he did. So that's a very special day. But Electra gets 2 thumbs down, and I'd rather talk about more my idea for a Daredevil sequel and stuff. I don't know. I think Mike mentioned that. I think it was I don't know. Was it a comic that I think Kevin Smith actually had a hand in writing that? So I go show you. Wow, Kevin Smith actually wrote a revenge story in the Daredevil universe. Really? I don't know if it was him or not. And, you know, but I would love to see that fucking movie. Think about it. Dolph Lundgren as Matt Murdock. Daredevil. You know, the man without fear. Indeed. Going up against Jason Statham. Yeah, it makes you wonder, you know. Tony might mention, what about Gerard? I don't know about Gerard. That's Matt Murdock? I'm not sure. You know. I guess, I don't know, for some reason, I want somebody who's a blonde who I believe could act. That Gerard Butler could act, but not for Daredevil. Maybe for another character, who knows, and stuff. But that'd be a good thing about that. Let that soak into your mind, folks. Dolph Lundgren, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, looking for revenge. So you get a little bit of the Punisher aspect of him. But, you know, as a blind man who's a martial artist who'll fuck you up. And Jason Statham, you know, with the Chef Cholios craziness of himself. Or, you know, like, just over the fucking top and I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, smarts, or some shit like that, or sticking shotguns up your butt or something like that. You know, that same sadisticness of Jason Statham. You put him as a bad guy. You know, in locking horns with Dolph Lundgren. Even though I know Dolph was told like, hey, man, you know, why not? That's just my thoughts on it. But yeah, that's it for the big ass rant. I know I probably went all over the place, but thank you all for watching. And stay tuned for some more random fucking videos. I don't even know what they'll upload next. Or watch next. But anyway, thank you all for taking time out to watch little old me. And I toast this to you. And you all have a good night or a good day, good weekend or whatever. Okay? Later. Salud.